Hello and welcome to a new episode of Pull Yourself to Pieces. Pull Yourself to Pieces 2.0. You like that?
Yeah, and I really miss sabotaging the beginning of the show.
I'm sorry.
I've lost all of my. I have no more fun.
Oh boy. All right. Oh, now you just shot me down. A great way to start the
Oh,
show.
sorry. I could.
You're
I
really
could
getting the
interject.
inside out.
Yeah, I'm getting the inside out, buddy. Yeah.
So you want to bring us up to
But
speed? How has your week been?
First of all, it's just as well because I was really running out of ways to sabotage the show. So it's very stressful when you have to try and figure out another way to sabotage the show.
Right. So what's on your mind?
My mind, it's empty.
Yeah.
So I went back to the gym today.
Oh,
first time in 2 years.
Wow. You should preface a little bit and let people know that, you are a
Fat.
former what?
Fat.
What?
That you are fat.
No.
Yeah, I put on a few pounds.
No.
I've got that COVID weight.
I meant
It's like
your
it's like
history with working out. That's what I meant.
It's like I'm on film. They say the camera adds 20 pounds. I have like 3 cameras on me. So it's the only way to describe it. No, I have
Okay.
Yeah. I look like I got stung by about a dozen bees. I'm just
I'm
blown up. I put on
Right.
some pounds. But yeah, I've been a gym rat since I'm 12, basically. Well, not a gym rat, but I found, Dad had a weight set in the garage in
Right.
Queens where we lived, and
Right.
I picked it up and I went, "Damn, this is heavy," and I put it down. I never touched it again. No, I didn't know what I was doing, so played with that for a couple of years, and then at 18, I joined what was it? European? No, not European. Oh gosh,
Wait, I think you're
Getting a brain
well.
fart.
The Jack LaLanne.
No,
Right,
it
wasn't
morphed into Jack LaLanne. It was oh wow, I can't
I
even
think it
think of
was
the name of it.
European health spa.
No,
Wasn't
it wasn't European. It was
it?
wow, forgot.
I know.
Well, they're out of business.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were there for about a year, and then you got me into it when we kind of found out we were brothers.
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
after 19
when
years.
yeah, I got you into lifting, and we were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, COVID hit basically January, February 2020, and right around March, I decided, hey, maybe going to the gym is not a very good idea.
Right.
And then the Gold's Gym I was going to closed up, so I couldn't go if I wanted to. So
Now, Gold's Gym is that's I know that's a pretty big.
it's the biggest.
Oh, is it the biggest? Oh, okay. And they have a little bit of everything. They've got like free weights, and they've got.
They have a lot of everything.
Okay. So today was your first day going back.
Today was the first day going back, and this Gold's is about 10 minutes from my house, and it is in a predominantly black neighborhood.
Mhm.
So when I walked in, and I was the only white guy there, all the black people turned to look at me and went running out. They just went screaming, "Oh my God, is a white guy! Oh jeez, he's gonna rape our daughters!" No, that's a pretty funny that's a pretty funny idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's usually isn't it usually the other way around? You got
Yeah,
a bunch
that's
of
one of the problems in this world.
you got a bunch of rich white people working out. All of a sudden, this poor black guy walks in. Everybody
Yeah.
runs out. Oh my God! Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
that's a pretty funny visual. Anyway, so that's what went through my head when I walked through the door.
Oh.
I looked up and I imagined everybody come running out.
Yeah.
Because I'm such an evil person. But
Yeah.
no, and so I got in there, and I had a decent workout for the first time. You don't want to overdo it because at my age, I'll get all stiff, which is what'll happen. I'll get all
Wait,
stiff, and I won't.
if you overdo it, you get stiff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The first time you rip those muscle groups down, chest, back, shoulders, triceps, biceps, quads, calves, hamstrings. The first
gosh.
time you rip those muscles down, when they start to repair again, they get like a rubber band stretched, and it's hard to move.
Ouch.
I mean, and
Okay.
everything hurts. Everything hurts.
Okay, so it's not just pain. We're talking about stiffness and soreness and
Stiffness and sore muscle pain.
Ooh,
And then as the workouts progress, the
right.
pain lessens and the muscles get all of a sudden they get used to it again. It's called muscle memory.
Oh,
And
okay.
your muscles respond. So first
Oh,
day
okay.
back, I made sure to take it easy because I like to be able to walk.
Yeah, right. Oh,
So
wow. So
anyway,
so how do you are you leading up to how it went for the first day or
oh, it went well. It
Oh,
went
that's
well.
good.
I
Will you
I
go
just
daily or do you like skip days?
oh no, I'll go every day and
Oh, okay.
rotate the body parts. You need at least a day or 2 days in between working the same body part to let that
Oh,
body part
okay.
heal.
I had some weird
You know,
visual when you said rotate the body parts. I'm picturing like, all right, I'm
no,
going to
no,
do
get your
this.
mind out of the gutter.
Well, I thought you're going to do
No,
stuff on your hands or you're going to do them on all
no,
fours. Okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah. So, recently, as of maybe yesterday, this police woman shot an unarmed black man with what she thought was her taser. She shot him with her gun and killed him, and it's all in the news. And
Oh, is
she went
this the
before.
one I just may have seen part of this, but go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and she was sentenced to only 2 years in jail from
Yeah.
basically murdering
Yeah,
a
I did
guy.
see it. It's horrible.
And there's a big outcry about how
Yeah,
this is just totally unfair, and I completely agree.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And again, another example of white privilege.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Just like
something that
that case with the guy who shot the other guy in self-defense, the young guy, right, with at the protest,
yes,
right?
yeah, right.
We're forgetting
Again,
the
another
details right
example of
now.
white privilege,
There's so many
which
things that pop up, I forget the details. That's the problem with me.
which I didn't
It's-
know I was the recipient of. Um,
What?
White privilege.
Oh, well, you didn't know.
Have you
Have you looked in the mirror? Well, you're white.
have you gone through life thinking, "Hey, I'm a white guy. I'm privileged"? Have you ever thought that ever in your life?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't think about it for the first 30, 40 years, but yeah,
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
started to
Keep going.
become more prevalent when I got into my 40s until now. Yes,
Yes.
because I I just I just saw the difference in places I was working
Yeah.
for other people of different color and being like,
Sure.
wow, that something ain't right. You
Yeah.
know, we're doing the same thing, but that person's
Yeah.
just being treated differently, and it makes me feel bad, and I should.
Me.
But I mean,
Uh,
at the same time, it's not something I'm causing, but
it's
it
it is what it is, as they say.
yeah.
I mean, I never felt you and I never felt privileged. I mean, we grew up. We didn't know we were poor. You know that, right? I mean, we were basically poor, but we didn't know it.
No, I know. Our parents did a good job. They did a decent
And
job
they
of
did a decent
shielding
job.
that, hiding it, whatever. Yeah.
And so every time I heard the term white privilege, I hearkened it back to growing up, and I thought, well, we weren't privileged. Nobody gave us anything. My poor dad worked his ass off for pennies a pound on the clothes that he collected, driving through Brooklyn and Queens like
Right.
a maniac for
Right.
this
Right.
exporting service.
Right. Right.
You know,
You didn't
and
think that privilege just meant the fact that you could just get through life normally. You could be
I didn't
able to
realize
get
I
a
was
job, all right, that someone's not going to look at you just because you're white and
no,
you're going to be able
no.
to, have an easier
I
time of
I
getting that job. It's
I always thought I would be hired on my merits, not on my color.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
obviously as we get older and this becomes more apparent, it pretty much upsets me. So after hearing that story, I'm a bit angry. I think justice was not served.
Right.
But I thought since I've got you here, I thought maybe I'll explain a little bit about white privilege and how it affected me a few times. And at the time, I didn't think of it as white privilege. I thought of it as my get out of jail free card.
Huh.
And by that, I mean my first wife's sister's husband was a Suffolk County police officer, and he would give out PBA cards, and PBA stood for the Policemen's Benevolent Association.
Right.
And if he gave you a PBA card, it was what they called a courtesy card, which meant that, let's say you're driving along and you roll through a stop sign and there's a cop and he sees you and he pulls you over. Well,
Right.
you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, officer." You hand him the PBA card. And at that point, he's supposed to look at that PBA card, and it's a courtesy card. He's supposed to let you go. And that's how police officers honor each other's family and friends and relatives. It's
Sure.
you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Right.
Well, my brother-in-law knew how I drove, and I drove very fast, so he gave me a PBA card.
Should have given
I
you
had it.
two.
Yeah, I could have used a dozen because some were taken away from me. But so I just want to recount this story quickly. It's probably 1981,
Uh-huh.
and I'm in a 1972 Pontiac. Oh, what was it?
You're your early 20s.
Yeah, I'm in a Pontiac, not a Bonneville. Yeah, can't remember what car it was.
That's
I've
okay.
had so many.
It's not going to be
Anyway,
a test after this. You'll be.
I'm in a big Pontiac, and I'm
Yeah.
on the world's largest parking lot, the Long Island Expressway, and I'm doing 80 miles an hour. The problem is everybody else is doing 45.
Well, yeah.
So, I'm zipping through traffic because
I don't like you. You're that guy I see.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm that guy
Yeah.
flying past you, and
Mhm.
you're stuck, and you go, "Son
Yeah.
of a bitch!" Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. I'm him. So I go flying
We
past
didn't call it
everybody.
road rage then, did we?
Well, in my Pontiac, my big Pontiac. Oh, Catalina, that's what it was. It was a
Uh-huh.
2-door Catalina.
Oh, that was you? No.
That was me. Yeah. Like I said, I'm doing 80. They're doing 45, and
Yeah.
I come flying down the road, and I come to exit 53, and as I look to my right, up on a hill, there is a state trooper, and I come up to him, and as I get kind of at a 90-degree angle to him, as I get close to where he is, I see the lights come on, and he comes flying down this grass and dirt onto the highway, and he gets in behind me and he pulls me over.
Right.
And here I'm thinking is, why is he pulling me over? He has no idea I'd just been doing 80 miles an hour. Well, he pulls me over, and about 5 minutes later, about 5 unmarked police cars come pulling up, screeching up. They've been trying to catch me for the last 10 miles, but they couldn't.
And you didn't even know you're being followed by them.
I had no idea I was being chased. They couldn't catch me. So now you got 5 cars pull up. They screech to a halt. These guys get out, and they're rubbing their hands like greedy money collectors, thinking, "Oh, we're going to write this guy a bunch of
Oh.
tickets," right? So they all get out, and they're like, "We've been trying to catch you for the last 10 miles." And the way my sick mind thought was, "And you had lights and a siren, and you couldn't catch me." But I didn't say it, but I thought it. Anyhow, so now they're gonna write a whole bunch of tickets.
Right.
But the first thing they want to do is they want to look at my car very closely to get me on some of those
sure, any
tickets, right?
violations.
Yeah, like bald tires or
Right.
cracked windshield or what.
Right.
So now they're walking around the
Busted
car and they're
taillight.
looking at busted tail light, and the guy goes, "You got one bald tire." And I'm following him, and he goes, "Up, here's another bald tire." And he walks around, he goes to the other side. "Yeah, there's another ball
Yeah,
tire."
they
And me,
probably got
like an
balls when you're
idiot,
doing 80 miles an hour.
we get to the last one, and I go, "Another ball tire."
It's a
So-
matching set.
So matching sets. So I'm looking at these guys, and meanwhile, I can see they can't wait to start writing. So I said, "Listen, fellas, I understand you're upset, and I'd be too, but I don't know at this point if this is going to help any." But I pull out my wallet, and I pull out the PBA card, and I go, "I have this, Billy. it was like the wind was taken out of their sails. I never saw 5 men
Ping.
just kind of shrink. Be right. They kind of shrunk down.
Ah,
That
you
look
ruined their
of
day.
I just totally ruined their day. And I really didn't expect to be let off.
Hmm.
I figured they were going to write the tickets either way. So they're passing it around, and they're passing it around. They're passing it around. They're looking at each other. They're shrugging. They're looking at me. They're looking at they're looking at each other. Looking at the PBA card. One cop goes. He hands. Hey, get the hell out of here! He hands me my PBA card. Get back
You
in
got
my
it back.
car, and off
Wow.
I go.
Yeah.
And off I go. So,
Yeah.
yeah, white privilege mixed with cop privilege.
Sure.
Happened.
Yeah, it might have been
happened on
different if
that-
you were a different color. It might
Oh.
have gone differently.
Oh, forget
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
probably would have been like a piece of black Swiss cheese. They probably would have
Yeah.
pumped holes in me.
That's horrible to think.
So anyway, I don't like talking about my life of crime, but sometimes you have to bring these up to prove a point. But anyhow,
well,
so you were going to tell me
speaking
about
of life of crime, yeah, that's
yeah.
funny you said that because it can start real young.
Oh yeah.
Well, you hope it
How young?
doesn't lead it. Well, I just recently came across a story about this is really fresh in the news too. In South Carolina, there was a young child, a 6-year-old, who brought a loaded gun into school.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, show and tell's really gotten dangerous lately, hasn't it? Jesus.
Right. And this is a real gun, loaded gun that apparently he got from his grandfather's house. Now that's a problem right there in itself.
Yeah. I remember going to Grandpa's house and all we got was stale cookies, but that's besides the
grandma's
point.
house.
Yeah.
To grandma's house we go with a gun. Anyway, so this 6-year-old went into school with a gun, and according to the questioning they did of the child, it wasn't really to threaten anyone. He was there to shoot zombies.
Well, that's what you do at school.
Of course.
You bring a gun to shoot zombies.
Right.
Send that kid home. Pat him on the back and send him home.
I mean, if there was really zombies in the school, a 6-year-old who knows how to get a hold of a gun, if he knows how to use it, I mean, I guess I might be behind the
some
kid.
real damage.
If he wasn't going to shoot anybody.
Yeah. You want to stand behind him. Yeah.
Why did he think
what
there
happened?
was zombies at school, though? I mean,
Bill, have you been at school? Have you seen those kids? They sit there with their glazed over eyes and their heads hanging back. There's spit running out of their mouths.
Well, 6 years old, I guess. 6 years old is only first grade, Ray. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, zombies. Oh well.
Yeah.
So,
but I bring this up.
Happen? Go ahead.
Well, obviously, the grandfather is now charged with
what?
Unlawful conduct towards a child. So he's going to
unlawful conduct
for this. And if the kid, he's only 6 years old, so obviously nothing's going to happen legally. But you and I both know, this is why I'm bringing it up. This child is now has something permanently on his record, and sadly, that's going to be with him for life. This is an article. It's in the news. It's known. It's published. I can't help but think, but he's been labeled now for life. No.
Yes, but look, anybody with half a brain is going to look at the situation and go, "All right, a 6-year-old kid found a gun and thought, I got to kill zombies." You can't hold that against him for the rest of his life. Now, if he'd been 13 or 14, then okay, you know better.
Right.
Now you have to face the consequences. But 6, Bill, think of the things that we did as kids. Just think of all the stuff that we did as kids, and
we
never stopped.
That's funny you said that, because that's been on my mind after reading this, and I started thinking about, wow, what do you what on the average, how many people have a criminal record? How many of us have actually done something that it's a matter if you got caught. That's another whole thing, right?
Oh,
There's a criminal
well,
record.
if you want to talk
Right.
about getting
Right. They might
caught,
be
I
right.
have
There's
a
two
few
things
stories.
going on here, right?
I have a few stories that involve a gas pump, but we'll
you
save
got to be
that for another
careful
show.
here, Ray. Okay.
Well, nah, statute of limitations is
Are you sure about
past.
that?
Oh, I'm positive.
I don't know about
Anyhow.
that.
But anyhow, I digress.
I bring it up because recently I was surprised to know that if this statistic is correct, 1/3 of American adults have been arrested at least once. Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah. If
and
that's
I can
right.
say, and I can say, knowing this full well, that you and I have never been arrested.
No.
If that's accurate, I don't think you've never been fingerprinted, have you?
Yes, I have.
I was fingerprinted. Right.
Yeah.
I was fingerprinted to be able to get a job with a private prison system. So I had to be fingerprinted, but I've never been fingerprinted due to being caught for doing a crime.
My fingerprinting had nothing to do with a crime either. It was because something similar, school trip to a to like the jails or whatever it was, and they had us do fingerprinting, and so of course we all did it. So yeah, that was my only experience with that. But there's been some questionable things I've done in my life that but I've never had any sort of arrest for, which is funny. I mean, right, that people can get arrested for doing a protest. So
as of late, yes. As of late, yes.
Right. So with that in mind, the fact
so a
that
third, huh? A third of Americans have been in jail
American
or
adults,
arrested.
Yeah.
Wait, is that arrested or in jail?
If this is correct, a third of American adults have been arrested at least once, which means it could even include protests, right? It's something as minor as that. Or think about it. Any DWI or DUI, right? Those are all arrests now, right?
True. So, disturbing the peace.
How about all, which is now totally different now in this country, all the marijuana charges, right? We're talking about tons of that, tons of them, right? For years and years and years.
Yeah. Drug charges. Yeah.
Which leads to something else I came across, and that is that right now there is a tremendous amount of unfilled jobs, right? There are, what was the number I saw?
And I'm assuming these are unskilled labor?
It says here there are 58 unemployed workers for every 100 open positions. There's 100 open positions and there's only 58 unemployed workers. So even if we got those filled, we still got 50% of all the what?
We're still short. We're still short manpower.
Right. Currently there are 11 million open jobs, okay? And there's not enough people to fill them.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say next, but I also want to say this.
Go ahead.
That part of this problem of not having enough workers is that all of the apprenticeship positions that used to be found during the 50s and 60s and 70s, even in through the 80s.
Right.
They're no longer available. There are no longer things as an apprenticeship.
True.
And that was when you got hired for a position and they basically taught you how to do the job you were going to do while you were hired. And as you learned and gained more and got better at the job, they bumped your salary up slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Those things, that's a thing of the past now.
Yeah.
Now you've got to have a bachelor's degree to bag groceries. Yeah. And that's why there's a shortage of workers.
Right. Just a high school diploma doesn't do anything. Even associate's degree doesn't mean anything. As a bachelor's is the new associate's degree. So
exactly.
And it's true. And also, because of the virus situation with COVID, there has been many people who left the workforce, like retired early. Right?
Yes.
Because of this, people looking for a different job or different working conditions.
Yep.
Right. People
Well,
afraid to go
look at
back
you.
because of the virus.
Well, look at you. You're now working from home because of the virus, correct?
Yes, we currently are. There's
Yeah.
a plan to get us back into the office, and that will happen this year. But yeah, it's been almost 2 years that we've been working from home. So
Yeah.
so it's true. It's changed. That's added to it. But I bring this whole thing up because speaking of, we're talking about criminals and criminal records.
Yes.
There is statistics that show that if you have a record, if you have a criminal record, you're a former convict, it's harder for them to get good jobs.
Well, it's always been that way, Bill.
Yeah. So they're like being discounted through this whole time that we're needing, we got these millions of jobs
Yeah.
to fill. And,
It's like being picked last for volleyball. Yeah, they're always the last picked.
yeah.
Because there's this idea.
Says the biggest group of jobless males, all right, is part of that men who were arrested.
Yeah. Well,
and
I feel bad for people that cannot get a job due to circumstances beyond their control. Now, I mean, if you've been a lifelong criminal and you enjoy the life and this is something that you planned on doing, well, then I don't feel bad for you. But sometimes,
well, that's a good point because that's what's never taken into consideration. Criminal record. It's not like, okay, you got a criminal record. It's not like it's going to be right out there, like it's like a little card that has it, and it says what you did. Like it's like, all right, here's my criminal record card. All right, so it was just it was just for marijuana. All right, you're okay.
Or a tattoo on your forehead that says, criminal. Right.
But it's not going to give the detail of why you might have been a criminal. You could be such a minor offense, a DWI, when you were 18 years old. Yeah, you shouldn't have been driving at 18 anyway. Well, no, you shouldn't have been drinking at 18, but even away, that's a whole nother story. But the point is that it could be something so minor, possession of marijuana, right? And you get put in with serious
criminals, career criminals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you kind of lumped in at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And what's your feeling on that? If you had a company and a guy comes to you, I'm going to base it on how the guy is.
Well,
you're not going to know up front what this guy was in jail for. He says he was an ex-con. He's going to try to, guaranteed, if he's the kind of guy that's got his stuff together and that's from the past, and he's not, like you said, a lifelong criminal and whatever. He's a guy that's going to sort of sell himself on that interview, like, yeah, I have this past. And he's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Remorse has a lot to do with how I'm going to view whether or not I want to hire that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's truly remorseful and realizes, hey, I did something wrong. I paid my debt. Here I am trying to get a new start.
Right.
Give me a hand up. I'd be more likely to hire the guy.
And, overall, go ahead. Sorry.
But if I come across a guy that, obviously he's out and about, but he really wants to be a criminal again, then no, I don't want him anywhere near my company. No.
Right. So you kind of just like the PBA card, you're going to give somebody one free pass. It sounds like.
Yeah. But you've got to pass muster on that one. You've got to show some. And it's gonna. And here's the other thing. I'm gonna go by my first instinct, which I've done all my life. I trust my first instincts always.
That explains a lot about you.
It does. It really does.
What were you thinking?
Oh, please, twice. No, never mind. Anyway.
Well, bottom line to me in this is that, there's a lot of jobs out there to fill, and there's a huge market of workers, former convicts that may not be getting, they're getting overlooked. And like you said, they're getting lumped together, and, it could help. And we're in a situation. What are we going to do? Hopefully we've come to a crossroads, and we're on a different path right now with COVID. Although I just was reading something else. Have you heard Do you know about Denmark?
There's something rotten in Denmark. No, tell me about
That's
it.
I just read an article that I guess I wasn't paying attention to it. I wasn't up on it, but over a month ago, Denmark was one of the first countries to get rid of all their COVID restrictions, which is, not a bad idea.
A very progressive idea.
Sure. And,
How'd that work out, Bill?
well,
Yeah.
their COVID cases have risen, and their hospitalizations and death rates have shot up about a third. Okay, 30.
I'm
30
shocked, said no one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
It's
you
not
gotta
right.
think-
How could that not happen? Okay, it's going to
I'm gonna
happen.
say something.
We're
here.
doing
I'm
it
gonna
here
get-
in this country. Okay, at the rate
I'm
we
gonna
are right
say
now.
something here,
Go
and
ahead.
I'm gonna get crap for it. Dumb blondes. That's all I can say. Dumb
Oh,
blondes.
that's
All right.
not right.
Oh.
That is not right.
All right. I apologize. Denmark.
All right.
They're all blonde, aren't they? Blue eyes. Never mind. All right. Yeah, not a smart thing to do.
Not a smart thing to do.
No. Look, sometimes you're supposedly you're not allowed to drive around with a seatbelt, right? It's supposed to save your life, right?
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to drive a motorcycle without a helmet, although there are some states that say,
Right.
have at it, idiot.
Right.
And you're not supposed to do this or you're not supposed to do that. And if the government thinks it's a bad idea to let you do something, that
Look,
I have no problem with a government mandate telling me that I have to wear a mask and social distance. I've been doing it for the last 2 years.
you know what? I don't need, and I'm probably going to get slack if anybody even is listening to the show. I don't need a government mandate to know I don't want to be in any kind of risk. I'd rather be
course.
proactive. I don't need someone to tell me to wear a mask. I want to wear a mask. I'm one of the
Exactly.
few going around that I see when I rarely go out wearing a mask. And I don't care if they're not wearing masks. That's fine. I want to protect myself. I don't feel comfortable yet. We are going to a point where what they call endemicity, right? That's the where the virus is no longer pandemic and it just exists for us, right? Kind of like the
Okay.
flu.
All right.
And we're going into that point. Hopefully, we're going into that point where it's no longer a pandemic.
Well, we're getting closer to herd immunity now, aren't we?
Sure,
Because we have
we
so
are.
many people now that are vaccinated.
right. But with that also comes us dropping our guard. We kind of like, we go, all right, that's like, we're tired of it. I get it. It's tired of restrictions, tired of wearing masks, but it's I'm sorry, it's proactive.
Yes.
I'm okay with living this way. I mean, if
For
we
as
had to
long
live
as it
this way
takes.
for life, what are you going to do? If the
I mean,
air,
for as long as it
if
takes.
all of a sudden the air was unbreathable, right? The air was toxic. If all of a sudden, which could happen someday, it probably will happen someday. You and I won't be around. But when the air becomes toxic, right? And you got government telling people like, well, the air is toxic, people, you're going to die. There's going to be people stuck going to be like, well, I don't care. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to die anyway. That's an attitude. I know that's an attitude because I recently was told by someone very close to me that they ran into someone who said, why is everyone wearing masks? And, said, well, we're still required, but, you're not too. And like, when are we ever going to get back to normal? And the person who was in defense of the mask said, well, I'm being proactive and I want to wear a mask. If it's a matter of life and death, I'd rather be proactive than dying. And the person's response was, well, we're going to die anyway.
Oh, well, that's just stupidity.
Well, yeah, I know, but there's probably a lot of people that think that. It's like, I want our society opened up again. We want everything back to normal, right? So we can go on with our lives. But
hey,
what's the price we're going to pay, right?
You know what? I look at it this way. I've been wearing that mask probably for the last 2 years, except for about 3 months.
Yeah.
During the summer, when COVID cases here in Virginia, where I live, were way down.
Right.
And transmissions were down and deaths here were down. That's because our governor was smart and set mandates in place.
Sure.
So the actual masks were no longer required. You no longer had to wear a mask. And I've been vaccinated, so I didn't wear my mask. And it was nice. I have to say, it was nice having to wear it. But then Omicron comes along, and
Yeah.
oops, and here we go.
Right.
You see the numbers rise, and
Right.
now all of a sudden around me, everybody's wearing masks, and all the signs have gone up in the store windows.
Right.
So
Right.
I've been wearing my mask,
Right.
and you know what the upside to this whole thing, this whole mask thing is? I haven't had a cold in 2 years.
Yeah. Not for nothing, but if there wasn't even COVID anymore, somehow it was gone.
Yeah,
I'd still probably be wearing a mask in quite a few different places. As long as I'm not wearing it for like 8 hours at a time. If I'm wearing it for like an
no,
hour here, an hour there, I like the idea of not getting any other germs into my
yes,
body. You know, I know
it's
it's
a
not
wonderful
100%
thing.
filtering, but if it can keep me from getting the
Hey,
flu or getting some other kind of,
no flu, no colds. I'm feeling
yeah,
good. I'm happy.
agree.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is true. It's just that, this thought that, look, uh, obviously what's going to happen is, you and I both know, with the dropping of restrictions over the whole country, what's going to happen is there's going to become like a middle ground, we're going along fine, and then okay, we're gonna have to do some restrictions again, and then all right, it's like an on-off switch, like switching back on
Oh,
again,
absolutely.
and switching back
Oh,
off
without
again.
a doubt.
There is no way, in my mind, that we're getting rid of COVID in a year, or it's going to be around. It's whatever, even at a small level, like the flu, it's going to be around for probably like 5 years, I think, maybe more.
Well,
That's what I think.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're inoculated now against it. It
We
it's
don't know
not
how
a
long that's going to
cure.
last, that inoculation that we have.
It's not look, it's not a cure, but
Yeah.
it's a preventative. And if every year I have to go get a shot to
Right.
make sure I don't get it, I'll take the shot. What the hell?
Right. Agree. Same here.
Needle isn't going to kill me.
No, well, there's people who think it does. All right.
Well, those are the stupid people, Bill.
They're
We talked
looking
about it.
at the
We
fact
talked
that
about
we have not had a vaccine. I'd have to go do the research on it, but I'm sure that, even just talking that on my butt, before COVID, there's been quite a long time before there was a vaccine that we kind of all got. Am I right or wrong? It's got to be a long time.
I was vaccinated. I
time.
think I was 6 or 7 when you got that big shot in the arm, and everybody has that. Everybody our age has
Yeah,
that
yeah.
big round ring
Yep,
on their arm.
yep.
With all the little prickles on it and stuff.
Right.
And
So it's got to be, I don't know. I mean, unless it's something that was
decades,
under the radar. But yeah, I would think
50
decades. Right.
years,
So now comes
50,
along
60 years.
COVID, right?
Yeah.
A couple of generations have never been in a massive vaccine situation, but we've progressed
hold
so
on.
much scientifically,
back up.
medically, that of course we could come together as a country, and also world resources, and
Yes,
be able to
but
make something a lot quicker than
you realize every newborn is vaccinated, I think, before they leave the hospital now,
right.
against all of the childhood diseases.
Right.
So, but nobody talks about that. Everybody talks about, oh, I don't want to get a vaccine.
Because
Well, look at your child. Your child's vaccinated.
from the past.
No,
from the past.
I mean today, every newborn that's born gets
Oh, I
vaccinated.
know, but those are all vaccines that were developed, 30, 40, 50 years or older from this point. So we're talking about a situation now where
my argument is, if you're going to argue against vaccines, then you better look at your kid and say, "Oh, gee, I shouldn't have let that happen." I mean,
Right.
This is the level of stupidity that we're dealing with today. People against vaccines, but yet they've been vaccinated. Their kids have been vaccinated. Everyone else they know has been vaccinated. But oh no, don't give me that vaccine because
Right.
it's got tentacled creatures in it, and it's going to make me magnetic.
Oh no, how about the one that's got robots in it or something, right? Little
and
robots.
Bill Gates is going to be able to track me. I mean,
Nanobots, right. It's got
unbelievable. It's just you
that's
just think,
funny.
how do you navigate through life being that stupid? I mean, I'm amazed these people can wipe themselves. Just I swear to God, sometimes,
All right. Well, we've talked for a while about this. I think we need to go to a break and come and do something else. What do you think?
I need a break because I got to go wipe my ass.
Okay. All right. We're going to break and we'll be back in a minute. This is Bill.
And this is Ray.
And you're listening to Pull Yourself to Pieces. Catch a brand new episode every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday? Wait, every week?
Well,
you expect me here every single week to do this?
Are you serious?
I have things to do. I've got library books I gotta wash my car.
Are you serious? You can't be here just to record once a week?
All right.
Whew. Peculiar Vernacular. Welcome to another segment of Peculiar Vernacular, where we talk about some unusual sayings. And
yeah, I still think you're making this stuff up.
Would you even know?
No, I wouldn't. I have to trust you.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't trust you. And I don't trust you. And I don't trust you. That's the scary thing.
I thought these sayings for today,
yeah,
I thought I would make them all about me. No.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
They're all going to use the word Bill or Will in them.
Oh, my. This is going to be good.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
I'm glad I'm here for this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, Cosby sweater?
Whatever you do, don't drink that drink he hands you. Cosby
You'll
sweater.
Get a Cosby sweater.
Yeah, Cosby sweater. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
Cosby that's sweater. Really funny.
Yeah. Uh-huh. No, but I haven't heard it before, but I can guess what it means.
Actually, it doesn't mean that. It's
oh, right.
It's you're wearing something hideous as a Bill Cosby sweater that he used to wear in the Cosby Show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I knew it. I got it. It was Cosby sweater.
You had me thinking, sweater like you're sweating, and then it would.
No. Oh, no. You see him coming in that sweater and he offers you a drink, just say no. Just say, sorry, Mr. Cosby, I have to be leaving now.
All right. All right. How about the expression Bill and Coo?
I thought your wife's name was Linda.
I got a little coo on the side.
Oh, awesome. Bill and Coo. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh, you did?
It means the love making, right? You're snuggling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Making
yeah.
love. Yeah,
the Bill and Coo. I never heard that. I don't know where.
Yeah, I'm older than you. See, remember?
Okay. How about the saying "the old Bill"?
The old Bill?
Yeah.
Is that before you come out of the closet? I really like the old Bill better when he wasn't grabbing my crotch all the time. The old Bill. Jeez, I don't know. The old Bill. It's got to be cheaper than the new bill because everything goes up. I don't know. What does that mean, Bill?
Oh my God! I wish it was something like that. No, it's a slang for the police.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, all right, cheese it. The cops. No, cheese it. The old Bill is coming. No.
No.
Yeah,
I know. It just
no. It doesn't.
All right, we'll switch over to the will. The word will.
Okay. Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the expression "a worm will turn"?
A worm will turn?
No clue.
Worm will turn.
A worm will turn.
I have nothing. I got nothing here.
It's a proverb that even a kind of like submissive, meek person will become angry if you show them abuse.
You get that out of a worm will turn? Boy, talk about vague.
She's a mild-mannered woman, but even a worm will turn.
Oh well. If you put it in, if you have to put it in that kind of context, for crying out loud, to explain it, what's the point of having it? Shouldn't that stand alone? to
Yeah.
make any kind of sense or to be understood. I mean,
Yes,
seriously,
yes.
you had to put it into context for me to get it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, that doesn't count. Sorry.
All right. Cross it off. All right. How
Cross it
about
off.
this saying? Will o'
Yeah.
the wisp.
Will o' the wisp. How long have you had that lisp? I thought it was Will o' the West.
Will o' the wisp.
Go west, young man. No,
Oh,
Will o' the Wisp.
Will
Is
o'
that
wisp.
WISP?
WISP, yes.
Oh,
Will o'
Will o'
the
the
Wisp.
Wisp.
Yes.
Oh, Will o' the Wisp. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Will o' the Wisp.
I know that one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what is it?
Part of a song. How do you solve a problem like Maria from Sound of the
Will
Music?
o' the Wisp.
Yeah, Will o' the Wisp.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think what that
A
meant in the
clown.
song.
Many a things you know you'd like to tell her. Yeah. Okay. I have no idea what it means. I just know I remember it in that song.
It is a unrealistic goal. Will o' the Wisp.
Unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
I've never had any of those.
Oh, you only had realistic goals.
I've never had a goal.
Realistic,
I've-
unrealistic.
I've
doesn't
never had
matter.
a goal. Never.
You never
ever.
had a goal?
No, ever. I've never set goals.
Did you ever
And
have
know
a
why?
dream?
Because this way you don't fail. No, I've never had a dream.
You never had
set
a
goals.
dream. Never had
Nope.
a goal. Really?
Nope, never.
Wow.
You didn't know that about me, did you?
No. I never, for 60-something years, I never knew that about you. Oh,
No,
my God.
I've never.
All
had,
I have is goals and dreams.
Oh, me? No, never.
You never
No.
get them, attainable
No,
or.
I tell people this: life has led me along by the hand, and I have just followed it. I have
Okay.
not planned any. I have not planned anything, and
that explains a lot.
seriously, at 15, I wanted to be a car mechanic. That's the only thing I remember, like semi planning or
Right.
having an idea of what I wanted to be. Car mechanic.
Just going along
and
the
at
city
18
of pants, in other words.
And at 18, that completely changed, and I went in a completely different direction. So much for goals. So no, I have not set any goals, and again, I've just been led along by life in general. I just follow along where it takes me.
I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, no.
I've always
never.
set goals. I've always had dreams.
Yeah, and how many have you met?
Oh, that's another story.
See, there you go.
Let's go to another one.
Okay.
All right. How about this saying? Who will bell the cat?
Wait a minute. Who will bill the cat?
No, who will bell the cat?
Who will bell the cat? Well, what is? Never mind. I thought these were all right. Who
With the word will.
bell the?
using the
Oh,
word
you're
will.
cheating. You're so
Yes.
cheating. You're such a cheater. I can't believe I'm playing this game with you. That's it. I'm going home. Goodbye. Elvis has left the building. Who will bell the cat? Jeez, I can only.
You could
imagine what-
probably
I can
bell
only
the
imagine what
cat.
bell is slang for. I bet it's dirty. Jeez.
No, but
Who will bell the cat? Oh, who will put a bell?
here's
on the
a
little cat?
sentence. Who will
yeah.
bell the cat and tell mom we wrecked her car?
Oh my God. Who will bell the cat and tell mom we wrecked the car? All right, who's got the balls to tell
Yeah.
mom the bad news?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. See, I know.
Bell
You would
the
do that.
cat. Unbelievable. Oh, I'd
You
be
would
the first.
tell.
I'd come running in and say, Roberta broke the car. Roberta smashed the car.
Can you keep a secret?
No.
Well, good to
No,
know. I'm glad you
I'm
told me now
terrible.
after
Don't-
60
don't-
years.
Don't tell me anything important because I swear to God, I'm
Wow.
just shine a flashlight on me and I'm singing like a canary. No, you don't want to tell me anything. Trust me.
Oh my gosh.
Remember Seinfeld? They had the vault.
Yeah.
No, I have no vault. No vault.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. And
Yeah.
here's a saying for you with the word
Yeah.
will in there.
Okay.
Live horse, and you will get grass.
Say that again.
Live, horse, and you will get grass. It's like live, comma, horse, comma, and you will get grass.
Oh dear God. I just love to meet who thought some of this up. Can't imagine.
It means
Yeah.
if you persist through things that are difficult, you'll eventually reap benefits. Yeah, right.
Wow. Is that another proverb?
Hey, I got one last one for you. 5
Thank
will
God.
get you 10. What does that mean?
Oh. It's a sure bet.
Yes. Chances are good.
It's a sure bet, and that's a famous saying from one of my favorite songs that I've been singing since I'm 2.
What?
Mac the Knife.
Oh.
That's a line from Mac the Knife. 5 will get you 10 old Mackies back in town.
Back in town.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, see that? We can sing
Yeah.
together. Where there's a will, there's a Ray. You like that?
I've been saying that for years. I can't get rid of you no matter how hard I try.
Well, you're going to get rid of me right now because we're going to go to another break and come back with one of your favorite segments, Ray.
I know. I can't wait.
Naughty Nuns on the Run. No.
Naughty Nuns on the Run. All right.
We'll be right back.
This is Arnold, and you're listening to Pull Yourself to Pieces.
Arnold, is it a tumor?
It's not a tumor. Hey, catch a brand new episode every Wednesday. Hasta la vista, baby.
It's time for Loony Laws of the Land.
And welcome back with another installation of Loony Laws of the Land.
Yay!
Yeah, right. So, today's state.
Yeah.
Unusual law.
Oh, let me guess. Give me like a quadrant. Upper left corner, upper right corner, middle lower. Give me an idea now, so I can guess what state it is.
Lower west.
Lower west. Arizona.
Yes.
Oh, good guess.
Arizona. Here we go. Some weird laws of Arizona.
And I was going to move there back in like 91. Good thing I didn't.
Right. Arizona was a place that you really had an interest in, right? You had
I did,
a real
yeah.
You probably won't after all this.
Yeah, probably not.
All right. So
and these are real laws on the books, right, Bill?
Yes, a strange law in Arizona. Potlucks were illegal outside the workplace only until recently.
What's a potluck?
You know, when you have like a whole smorgasbord, like leftovers, and have like
potlucks were illegal. Wait, read that again.
Outside the workplace, only until recently.
The workplace. Well, yeah. I could understand that might be a health code issue. You wouldn't want people to get sick because what if the food hasn't been prepared right or it hasn't been stored properly? So that's actually not a bad law if you think about it.
All right. Okay. All right. In Avondale, Arizona, it's illegal to do fortune telling and palm reading. It's actually a misdemeanor.
So in other words, it's illegal to take money from people that think that you know the future. Yeah, well, that's actually not a bad law. Again, that's not a bad law. I don't have a problem with that because, people are stupid. And sometimes you have to step in to make them not do anything even stupider than what they want to do.
Yeah, well, in that same city, it's also illegal to practice hypnotism. How do you like that?
Oh, well, no. See, now that's wrong because I would love to be able to turn somebody into a chicken. I would just, if I had that power, I'd be turning everybody I met. I'd be like, come here, look into my eyes. Now,
how about you? Do you want to be hypnotized?
No, but I would love to make people into chickens. That would be the greatest. Imagine having that power. Really,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
See, I'm evil that way, so
All right. Yeah. Okay, so it is illegal in Arizona to own a wild desert tortoise. And
Why? Because you don't like being snuck up on? What is he going to do? What is a tortoise going to do? What's the worst damage a tortoise can do?
yeah, that's ridiculous.
And a wild desert tortoise? Ooh, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. A wild desert tortoise. You could pick them up and throw them like 75 yards. What's the problem here?
I don't know how you can do this one, but apparently it's
Yeah.
illegal to intentionally activate a crossing signal to stop traffic.
Well, the whole idea is to intentionally activate the crosswalk to stop traffic so you can cross. That's the intention.
I
So
don't
what?
understand
So you walk up to the thing, you look at the button, but you don't press it, and you stand there looking at it and going, "Yeah, if I press
Doesn't
that
make
to
any
try and cross the
sense.
street, I'm
can't
going to
be
go to
right.
jail."
That can't be right.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Wow. You got any more?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, go for it.
You cannot legally refuse someone a cup of water. Oh, where? Like, it
And-
doesn't
and-
have any of the. It
A
doesn't.
cup of water. I
Yeah.
usually don't walk around with extra water. So if somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, buddy, give me a cup of water," and I say no, I'm going to jail. How about
It's
when
gotta
he
be
says to,
like in a bar or a restaurant?
how
I would
about
think.
how
I
about you
don't
turn
know.
the tables how about you turn the tables and he goes, "Hey, give me a cup of water." I look at it and I go, "No, you give me a cup of water."
No,
Now you're going to jail, sucker.
That's right. You just spin it around that quick.
Spin it around.
Oh
There you
yeah.
go. Oh yeah. I'll
All
show
right.
you.
In Tolleson, 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 it's illegal to
Close enough.
shine a large beacon into the sky. Remember that? No.
Well, how do they call Batman then, Bill? I mean, really? How do you call Batman?
No superheroes allowed.
I can just imagine what the crime rate must be in that town. Unbelievable. Just sad.
All right, this one's going to upset you. This can't
Really?
be real.
Oh, I
It's
hope so.
illegal to wear suspenders in the state of Arizona, Ray.
What? How do you hold up your pants, for crying out loud? You realize
come
Robin
on.
Williams would have never been able to perform there, among other things. No suspenders, huh?
No suspenders.
Wow.
I
Just
can't
wow.
believe that. That can't be true. This got to be wrong. This one makes sense. It's illegal to sell tobacco in a vending machine, only in Buckeye.
Okay.
I didn't think you were selling cigarettes in any vending machines anymore, right? I guess it depends on
I
where you
have
are.
not. I have not seen a cigarette
Right?
vending machine in
Right.
decades.
Yeah. Okay. In Maricopa County, no more than 6 women may live in a house together. So you got 7. That's it. If you have 7 kids and they're all
One of
girls,
them's got to go.
one of them's
Sorry, Mary.
we got to put her
Sorry,
in the shed.
Mary. You got to go. You can live in the shed, but you can't live here.
We'll dress her up as a boy.
There you go. Problem solved. You're a genius, Bill.
All right. Ray, you're going to be upset about
Yeah.
this one because it's going to bring back from our youth.
Uh-oh.
Mom used to do this all the time. In
Uh-oh.
El Mirage, it's unlawful to have clotheslines. Okay.
No, it's unlawful to hang your kid from the clothesline, not so much the clothesline. You know, Mom used
You
to hang
the
me there.
shirt with you in it.
Mom used to hang me there for hours. I'd say, "Reel me in, Mom. Reel me in." You're not dry yet, Ray. You're not dry yet.
Okay.
But Mom, it's dark now.
This one's
Shut up.
extreme. You can
Yeah.
get put in jail for 25 years
For what?
if you cut down a Segura. Is that how you say Segura cactus?
I don't know.
Saguaro, a Segura cactus.
Yes.
25
Segura
years, Ray.
yeah. Segura cactus. If
We
you
got
cut
pictures
down
of you
a-
doing it.
No, you don't.
Cactus.
Oh, no, you
say
don't.
Cactus? Segura's cactus.
Cactus. Get your mind out
You
of the
fell in
gutter.
a Segura's cactus.
Well, it does have a bunch of pricks. Well, I guess it's they're protected.
Yeah. Okay.
They're protected. That's all. Somebody said, "Hey, we need all the cactus we can get."
Okay. In the
I
town
don't-
of
I don't-
Goodyear, you
There's a
can,
town called Goodyear.
yeah,
Okay.
you can get in trouble if you spit. So Ray, no
I don't
spitting.
spit, Bill. I don't spit. I mean, I wake up with phlegm, but so do a lot of people.
And I
So
didn't
you're
know
not
this was
allowed
a
to
problem, but apparently it's illegal to hunt camels in Arizona. So no more.
Good luck.
The camels in Arizona? Is that
I don't
normal?
think so.
What the
I don't think so. And if there are, why are you hunting them?
Only
I
on
mean, get a
hump day.
hobby.
You can only get them on hump day.
Only on Wednesday? Okay.
That's it. And one last one. You can go to prison, Ray,
Me personally?
for selling fake drugs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
it's
that ends
hilarious to
that.
me.
I was going to go and
I was just kidding.
bring some Pez and say, this is fentanyl, but shit, now I can't. So that's it. I'm stuck here now.
So
I was
forget
all
about
set.
Arizona. So Arizona's out for you now,
I had blocks and blocks of Pez. I was all set. Fentanyl, get it right here. 2-for-1 sale, and now I can't. So thanks to you. Hope you're happy.
So there you go. Crazy laws in Arizona. Can't make it up.
Well, I can't wait for the next segment because I'm really enjoying this because it just enforces how sane we are.
Well, you'll have to wait for another week because we're about to end this show and wrap it up.
Oh, are we?
And
Come
yeah.
to the end?
Well, we've been here for
uh,
an hour, so it's
So
about
we'd
time
like
we
to
got
say
off.
to our 3 listeners, hey, thanks for listening.
Yes.
And
Please
if
give
you
us some
have any-
feedback.
Please give us some feedback. And if you have
Let us know
any
it
friends
sucked.
or family at all, tell them about our podcast.
Even if you're not talking to those friends and family. If you don't like
Yeah.
them, definitely tell them about the show because
then
then
definitely
you
tell
know,
them about the show. Yeah. Then definitely. That'll
your
be a
enemies,
punishment
tell
enough.
them too.
Enemies, yeah.
Yes.
We'll take
Everybody. Tell your dog.
Exactly.
We'll listen.
Tell your
We'll
dog.
talk to animals.
Yeah.
We'll learn their language.
Sure.
What a neat achievement that would be.
Absolutely.
All right. Till next
Till-
week.
Till next week.
All right. Be careful out there. Wasn't that a line from a TV show?
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah.
cop shows that would end when
Yes,
you go,
it was a
"All right,
cop show. Yeah.
Be careful out there.
Something blues.
Oh, was that it? Hill Street
Yeah,
Blues?
something Hill Street Blues. There you go.
All right. Well, Ray, be careful out there.
Thanks, Bill. You too.
Adios. Please check out our website, pullyourselftopieces.com.
That's right.
And you can subscribe to the show in Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, and YouTube, or via RSS, so you'll never miss an episode.
And if you enjoy our show, don't forget to give us a high rating.
And remember to tell your friends about the show.
Thanks for listening to our show, and thank you to freesounds.org and Gottlieb, Audio Mirage, Plasterbrain, Cognito Perceptu, FK Prod, Mirage Taser, Shadow Wisp, D-Boss, Viku Seru, Intra Environmental Sound Project, Julian Nicholas, Carmelo Mike, G Kill Hour, 140178 Sound, CMU Sound Design, Alan Mchi, Der Super Anton, Eric H2000, Bulbastray, FK Phantom, Ultra Dust, Ada Records, Stuart Colborn, DeBroid, Cubidup, GJ, Syntax Seed, Inspector J, Astounded, Madge 061785, Just Invoke, Short Record, Lorenzo Sue, and I'm Mackenzie. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/legal code.